Hello everybody, Ormus Riftrunner here. This is going to be the start of my World of Warcraft playthrough from level 1 to 70 on a Burning Crusade server. Now, as I stated earlier, I took a poll with many of my friends, and it took some time to tally them all up, and I have a character class and race. And here is the reveal. A gnome warrior. Quite a few people also stated I should have pink hair if it's the gnome, but what am I doing? So let's start this off. Typically when I start a new character, I go into the interface and I just toggle on all my action bars. Even though I don't use most of them half the time, I just toggle them on anyway.
Hi.
Outfitters. At the moment, I'm not going to be reading quests at all. And that's not that I don't want to. It's I'm not sure if you guys want to have me sit there and read out an entire quest. I mean, yes, it does end up taking longer to level up and grind that way. However, if you guys want to hear me read off the quests, then by all means, let me know. Okay, so the warrior. Heidi, they've got really good damage depending on what spec you end up going. They've got really good defensive qualities, being one of the only 2 members in this version to be able to wear plate mail armor. As a resource, they use rage over mana or energy for the rogues and the druids that end up using cat form. Also, druids can be bear form, and they have rage there because they're kind of like a warrior. Anyway, so this first quest we're doing is wanting us to kill wolves to get this tough wolf meat. So far, all I've got is basic attack. I'm going to just leave it on the bar for now, even though I really don't need it. You can press 1 to toggle it on and off. I typically just right-click the target before I hit the target, so that way I'm going to attack them with my whites, as some people I know call it, at least me and most of my friends do, or auto attacks. Also got Heroic Strike, 15 rage to unleash an attack that has height and threat, and an extra 11 damage. Kind of wish I would have ended up starting with a 2-handed weapon, but I'm gonna be okay with the extra armor from the shield. So most of the early on quests in this game are very, very grindy. It takes a while to get through. Now, as some of you of the younger members who didn't get to play World of Warcraft back in its vanilla, BC, and early Wrath, you'll see I have your skill in defense and your skill in swords. Back during this version, vanilla, and I believe it was half of Wrath. I'd have to go look it up, to be honest. You actually had to work up your skills, so you had to go out and get beat on to get your defense skill to go up. You had to work on your sword skills so that way you were more accurate with it, or any of your weapon skills in all honesty, and they're displayed here under your skill tab, which is K. Right now I can default use daggers, defense, maces, swords, and unarmed. If you hit P, or come down here to the little book, spells and abilities, and you can see this is where they'll all be. Oh, I also come with battle stance. I always forget about the stances. Forgot about Escape Artist. I'm going to put that on there. Allows me to get out of movement impairing effects. It could be nice if I could achieve it.
Need more rage.
As you see, I've got all the numbers turned off. I typically don't play with the numbers. It just gets in the way. Something extra I have to stare at instead of just glancing up and seeing where my health bar, mana bar, rage bar, energy bar is. It's just easier to just do it this way. And I leveled up. Now the server I'm on does have a 2x experience rate. I have decided to take that off and just do normal experience, so this is going to take quite a bit longer. I probably would have leveled twice out here on these wolves, or almost be to the next, to level 3 by now. It takes so long to burn these mobs down. I remember in Wrath of the Lich King when we first got the first couple of pieces of the BOAs, it did make questing a lot easier, but there wasn't that huge of a difference for me. I've always been pretty good at grinding when I need to. Most of the time I have terrible grinding experience because I tend to want to work up all my professions and whatnot all at the same time, even though I've got fishing on all my characters, or first aid on all my characters. It gets really tedious and ends up taking me forever, but in the long run I like having them all leveled up because then I don't have to go back and do it again. I will be doing fishing, however I will not expose you guys to that long, grueling process. And I'll just do it in my off time for a little bit extra gold.
Great to meet you.
This private server actually has a pretty good,
what can I do for you?
Actually, I can't learn anything. I gotta sell some stuff. Where is he? There he is. Has a pretty good auction house. It's not super overbalanced. They did have a voting system where you could vote to get free tokens, and those tokens could be exchanged for gold, but they recently have gotten rid of it, which is nice. Alright, we just learned Battle Shout. Can't learn Parry, that will come in handy. Parrying is very nice. But we just learned Battle Shout, so let's grab that from the Fury tab and put it on. Not the... in later versions, it ended up just becoming a buff, 5-minute buff, and I don't know if it's gone up to a 30-minute buff or not, but I don't play warriors anymore in the main game. I just play my paladins or my mages, and then whatever other ult I've got for whatever reason. Now, as I'm running out here, we've got a new threat. Kill the Rockjaw Trogs and the Burly? Yeah, Burly Rockjaw Trogs. So we just gotta kill a bunch of Trogs.
Need more rage!
You're going to want to put on that Battle Shout here. It increases your attack power. And attack power is going to directly influence your damage. Well, your physical damage. In this version, they don't have, I want to say it's ability power, but I know it's wrong. Yeah, see, they have it as bonus damage and bonus healing, which got nerfed down into just one category, so you didn't have to try and build both. If you were, say, a healer and you didn't want to be completely useless at leveling. Or do damage. Alright, another Trog down. Now when I get my charge, this will go a lot quicker, because then I can charge, get a free 15 energy, or 15 rage. So that way I'll be able to land the strike, and then follow up strike with a heroic strike. And it'll just be melting mobs a lot quicker. However, by the time I get that, the mobs are going to be a lot stronger.
Not enough rage.
Now, my first character I ever played was actually an Orc Warrior. And when I first started the game around my 16th birthday, it took an entire week for me to get to level 10. I was on the verge of quitting the entire time. Mobs were way too difficult. I couldn't deal any damage, and I will also show you my biggest mistake. Say I've got... You're fighting someone. Let's travel over the mountain here. This trot, right? I'd right-click on him, which I learned early on that if I right-click something, you know, it sets up my basic attack. So I'd run up to him, then I would sit here and just spam the one button. Which, as you can see, is actually slowing me down on my basic attacks. But yes, I would actually sit there and spam my basic attack. And, oh my goodness, when one of my good friends at the time, Joe, he had played World of Warcraft back when it had first come out, and I think he had stopped by the time I had started playing. But when I was talking to him about warriors, he didn't play them a whole lot. He did hunters, and he asked me what rotation I was going, what talent I had chosen at level 10, and whatnot. He almost fell off the picnic table where we were talking, and I told him I spammed the attack button and it didn't seem I was attacking that fast. It made me feel like the quintessential noob. Oh, wrong button. Alright, we need 2 more burley, so we're... Wait, 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. There's one. Now, after this quest, we are going to make a pit stop over at the little hall over there. Turn it in, sell some items, and see if we can't pick up parry or another ability, which would be greatly appreciated at this point. No? One more. Ooh, I discovered Cauldron Pass. Nice. Now the server's not super populated, but it's also not super underpopulated. With the World of Warcraft Legion coming out now, I do expect a considerable drop in the player base for quite a while, especially around the 30th when WoW actually does drop and everyone can play through the content. I myself am not gonna be playing it anytime soon. Played every expansion other than vanilla the day it comes out, and just the last couple expansions have been a big letdown, with Warlords of Draenor being my least favorite in them all, out of them all. I mean, I really hate to say it, but Mop was better than Warlords of Draenor, and I hated Mop. I still hate Mop. I liked Cataclysm. It was kind of fun.
See you soon.
It had a lot wrong, but it also did some pretty fun stuff, in my opinion. Wrath of the Lich King, however, would have to be one of the best outside of the Burning Crusade. And I only say that because I spent a lot of time in Burning Crusade. I spent all of my allowance in the Burning Crusade, borrowed money from people so I could just play the Burning Crusade.
Need assistance?
The 16 couldn't get a job, and not a whole lot of people had lawns on the road I lived on.
What's on your mind?
No, we don't have anything to sell. They'll probably just all give me silver. I mean, copper.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so we can get parry. I'm going to pick it up because it is a nice passive that's going to help us. Parry chance. We come here to either one of these, to be honest. I usually leave this first one on base stats. Come over here, go to defenses, and as you can see, dodge chance, parry chance, and block chance. Come into here, we've got parry, block, and passive dodge. All of these will affect how often I can parry a move, block one, or dodge it. Now, something interesting I didn't learn until just around Cataclysm was gearing up to come out. We were doing all those Twilight... what were they called? Twilight what? Twilight Hammer, that's what it was. The Twilight Hammer quests, like the ones outside Stormwind. Also, I usually main Alliance. The only reason why I have a ton of Horde characters is because my good friend who I usually play with has a ton of horde characters. Him and I usually roll a couple of Blood Elf Paladins.
How are you?